So in the previous class we had discussed about the asexual reproduction and different means of asexual reproduction, and we have started the sexual reproduction. So first of all, here we will discuss about the flower, how flower works as the reproductive system in flowering plants. So I had told you flower is composed of 4 distinct holes. So the first hole or the outermost hole is known as calyx. It is known as calyx. It is composed of green leaf-like structures known as sepals. So the outermost hole, that is known as calyx, and it is composed of green leaf-like structure is known as sepals. Then the second hole, that is known as corolla. Second hole is known as corolla. It is composed of colorful structures. Colorful structures means the petals of the flowers. These are very colorful so that insects and other animals can be attracted towards them. This is necessary for the pollination. Insects and other animals, they play very important role in pollination. So the petals are very colorful so that the insects and other animals can be attracted. Next is androecium. Next, the third hole is androecium. So it is composed of stamen. Stamen has 2 main parts. The tube-like portion is known as filament, and the capsule-like structure is called anther. The anther produces pollen grains, which is the male gametes. So the pollen grains are the male gametes which is produced by the anther. So the third hole, that is androecium, that contains stamens, and stamens also has 2 main parts, that is filament and anther. The tube-like portion is called filament and the capsule-like structure is called anther. Anther produces pollen grains, which is the male gametes. Like androecium contains the male gametes, another hole at the center is there, that is known as gynoecium. It has swollen base known as ovary and tube-like structure, that is called style. So the top of the tube is somewhat flattened and is known as stigma. Ovary produces the eggs or female gametes. So the female gametes is produced in the ovary. So ovary produces the eggs or known as the female gametes. So the top of the tube, that is flattened and it is known as stigma. So the next hole which is present at the center, that is known as gynoecium, and it has a swollen base. That base is known as ovary and tube-like structure is called style. The top of the tube is flattened and known as stigma. So now the transfer of pollen grains takes place from anther to stigma, that is known as pollination. So the transfer of pollen grains that is taking place from anther to the stigma, that is called as pollination. Again, pollination is of 2 types, self-pollination and cross-pollination. So when the anthers of same flower are transferred to the stigma, that is self-pollination. Then self-pollination is again of 2 types, autogamy and geitonogamy. So we will discuss in details. First of all, the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma, that is known as pollination. Pollination is of 2 types, self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination means when the anthers of the same flower are transferred to the stigma, that is the flower contains the anther and the stigma. So when it is taking place in the same flower, that is known as self-pollination. Self-pollination is again of 2 types. So autogamy and geitonogamy. So autogamy occurs within individual flowers without the help of an agent. So this occurs in an individual flower. The anther simply opens and the pollen falls on the stigma. So it is within the individual flowers without the help of any agent that is helping in the dispersal. So next is geitonogamy, occurs between the anther of one flower and the stigma of another on the same plant. A plant has many flowers. In a plant doesn't bear only one flower, it has many flowers. So when the anther and stigma comes together in the same flower, the anther of same flower comes to the stigma of that same flower, that time it is known as autogamy. And when the anther of one flower and the stigma of another flower of the same plant, that time it is known as geitonogamy. This may require the help of pollinating agent or can be achieved by the gravity. So mostly pollinating agents are there, those are helping in the pollination. So this is about the self pollination when it is in the same plant, that is known as same pollination. When the pollination takes place in the same plant, that is self pollination. That is of two types, autogamy and zaitonogamy. Autogamy means in the same flower, zaitonogamy means in different flowers but on the same plant. Next is our cross pollination. So when anthers from different flowers are transferred to the stigma, it is known as cross pollination. From different flowers, these are transferring to the stigma. The flowers can be on the same plant or on different plants. So cross pollination is the norm. In most of the plants need help of the various agents of pollination to carry out cross pollination, like wind, insect, birds and other animals. They play an important role in pollination. They are the pollinating agent. They act as pollinating agent because cross pollination, that is it is the norm in most of the plants. Here the anthers from different flowers are transferred to the stigma, so it can take place on the same plant or different plants. So there are some pollinating agents, those who help in the cross pollination, like wind, insect, birds, other animals. These are the pollinating agents. Fertilization. Next is fertilization, the fusion of male gamete and the female gamete, that is known as fertilization. When a pollen settles on the top of the stigma, it germinates to produce a pollen tube. So the pollen tube enters the ovary through the style and the male nuclei are transferred to the ovary through the pollen tube. So the cell formed just after the fertilization, that is known as zygote. Zygote develops an embryo. Each embryo develops into a seed. The seed is an embryo which is enclosed in a protective coat. So the ovary gets transformed into the fruit. So this is the process of fertilization, where the fusion of male and female gamete takes place. So when the pollen settles on the tube of the stigma, it germinates to produce a pollen tube. It germinates to produce a pollen tube. The pollen tube enters the ovary through the style. Through the style it enters the ovary. Then the cell is formed, that is called zygote. That is called zygote. Then zygote develops into embryo and each embryo develops into a seed. The seed is then embryo that is then enclosed in a protective coat and the ovary gets transformed into the fruit. Here you can see the top of the stigma, the pollen grains are there and the pollen settles and they germinate to produce a pollen tube which is entering through the style, and then the male gametes are carried to the male nuclei. These are carried to the ovary. The cell is formed, that is known as zygote. It develops into an embryo and each embryo produces seed. Each embryo develops into a seed and the ovary becomes the fruit. So if we will take the example of bambos, they produce flowers once every few years. So and when they do, all flowers of the same species bloom at exactly the same time. So this is like bambos, when they produce flowers once every few years. So this is all about the asexual reproduction and mostly how the flower is taking an important role in the process of reproduction. So you read this much. Next class we will discuss about fruit and seed formation.